conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gate, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name, Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome. Keep ancient lands your storied pomp, cries she, with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. The wretched refuse of your teeming shores. Send these, the tempest-tossed, to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden shore.
Welcome to the groundbreaking for the Statue of Liberty Museum.
The new building will make it possible for each visitor to view the statue's treasures. In order to build a $70 million museum, we have to have a dynamic campaign leader.
To liberty! Tu sai che io sono la madrina.
Godmother, yes.
Della stanza.
Is that the word?
Magdalena?
Madrina.
Makes sense.
And now, it's my great honor to introduce the godmother of the Statue of Liberty, Diane von Furstenberg.
The thing is, I'm not really good at fundraising. As a matter of fact, I usually sign a check and get it over with. But this time, however, I had to raise the funds because what she represents out there is everything that has to be protected. Lady Liberty is like a logo for freedom. But she has a face and she has a story. And the story behind her is this fight for freedom.
Step up.
On behalf of the National Park Service, welcome aboard.
Our high school, Ellis Prep, serves students who just got to the country. This is really the only school they can go to that helps immigrants get a high school education in New York. They often know no words in English.
We're now on our way to the Statue of Liberty at Liberty Island.
My name is Yusuf Zandani. I'm from Yemen. I just come from Yemen because we always have a war.
My name is Rajaul Razvi and I'm from Bangladesh.
Let's go look at it.
In my school, we say like, today's immigrant, tomorrow's future. That's what we say in our school.
Come on, Nima.
I come from Africa, West Africa, in Togo.
I came from Burkina Faso, West Africa.
República Dominicana.
This view is similar to the one seen by many thousands of immigrants as they entered the U.S. by steamship. Shouts and cries of joy would erupt from the steamer decks. Gone are the giant steamships, but some things remain the same. America is still a nation of immigrants, and New York City remains a gateway for many.
My name is Peter Wong. I was born and raised on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. 75% of New York City today are either first or second generation immigrants. My mom immigrated from Hong Kong with a suitcase filled with clothing, an iron, and a rice cooker. And one of the first things that she wanted to do was come to the Statue of Liberty.
Welcome to Liberty Island. My name is Renell Langdon, one of the park rangers here. I was born in a tiny Caribbean island by the name of Grenada. I came to the United States when I was 17 years old. So, behind me we have the Statue of Liberty. Her real name, the name given to her by the person who created her, is Liberty Enlightening the World. They had the idea to build her in 1865, and she was standing here in 1886. 21 years. 21 years is what it took to build the Statue of Liberty.
Who came up with this idea? Someone had to have had the idea.
His name is Edouard de la Boulaye. He was a French political thinker. He rallied and fought against slavery. But in France, Mr. La Boulaye does not have the freedom and the liberty that he wants to celebrate in the United States.
My name is Agathe de la Boulaye, and Edouard de la Boulaye was my great grandfather.
That's maybe one grade too much.
One grade too much.
From the very start, the idea was that the statue would be a present from the French people to the American people to symbolize the importance of democracy.
No one thought America would work out. No one thought America would last. Because Americans were experimenting with a very crazy idea, which no one else in the world had really much success with at that time.
Democracy?
Democracy. It was a crazy idea because in the rest of the world there were kings and queens and royal families. So the United States is embarking on this new system of government of the people, for the people, by the people. And in 1865, the Civil War ended in the United States. And now you have slaves that were set free.
A few days after Lincoln's assassination, La Boulaye organized this dinner where the young sculptor Bartholdi was invited. Young Bartholdi was kind of shy, but the idea of building a huge statue was put forward.
Now what you can't see from here is what's at her feet.
I saw a picture.
You saw a picture. What did you see on that picture?
The broken chain.
Broken chains and shackles. What does it look like she's doing?
Walking.
She's walking forward, exactly. Freedom does not sit. And she's about to step out of her chains and shackles with her torch 7 days of the week to the 7 seas. And as citizens of a democracy, we too are able to move freedom forward.
Le paradoxe de Bartholdi, c'est qu'il a construit la statue la plus connue au monde, alors qu'il est totalement inconnu. Bartholdi venait souvent ici pour penser, rêver à la Statue de la Liberté. So, I think it's here. Oh, liberty is always a conquest. It's up there. It's not done. We have lost the statue. The Statue of Liberty is very well known through the world. And why Bartholdi is quite unknown. You know, it is this distortion that interests me. What's going on? Oh, here. Look. Here it is. All his life was dedicated to his art, but also dedicated to a certain idea of mankind, of the ideal of humanity, you know, fraternity, universality, cooperation between the nations. Mais à cette époque, c'était extrêmement original de faire coïncider une œuvre sculpturale avec ses idées démocratiques. C'est au vu et au su de tout le monde. C'est l'art de la rue, d'une certaine manière. Tu peux regarder la Statue des Libertés depuis la rade de New York.
I first came to this country in 1970. I was pregnant and I had lots of ideas about building a business, and I decided to come by boat because I thought if I came by boat, it would go slowly, and therefore I would have time to incubate and to think about the future. I remember arriving here in the morning and seeing her, Lady Liberty, thinking she's wearing a toga. It's feminine, and yet her posture is so strong.
Welcome back. It was a little warmer last time we were out. This is the first day of steel, so we're erecting steel.
It's always nice to see when things erect, no? So here you are. You'll be going up. This is it.
The museum project was the brainchild of the superintendent on the island, who got constant complaints about people coming to the island and being disappointed that they couldn't go into the monument itself. What we wanted to do was to create a museum that would actually bring the story of the statue to life. There's no greater symbol of liberty than the torch. And it was something that we designed the building around. So the original torch will always be on display. The torch is the literal light of the statue that was called Liberty Enlightening the World. This is one of my favorite moments in the whole building, when you get to walk around the torch and feel just how huge it is. There's nothing else here. It's just you and the torch and the statue and the city and the harbor.
You're right at the entrance to the museum right now.
These are the revolving doors.
I never thought I would have a personal relationship with her, but it doesn't matter how many times you see her. Wow, it's always special. She always captures something.
I'm from Staten Island.
Oh, you are?
So
you see her all the time.
And I tell people that the best ride in New York is Staten Island.
I know. She's nice, huh? We forget about her.
Yo.
Oh, we missed the boat. Should we go inside to keep warm?
I am Brad Hill. I'm president of the gift shop here at the Statue of Liberty. This is my 37th year here. My grandfather started the business back in 1931, and my grandmother, Evelyn, who the company is named after. My grandmother fled Poland. It was a Jewish family, and they were hiding from the Nazis. And my father was born here on Liberty Island. I worked here as a kid during the summer, so it was just in my blood. My grandmother, Evelyn, worked a cash register until a week before she passed away at 88 years old. Statue of Liberty replica is our #1 selling item. This would be our most popular size because of price.
Can I buy one of those? Wait, but I don't have any money.
Neither do I. Where's Rich?
We take his credit card, but you're fine.
Okay, Rich, you pay for me.
All these statues are actually made only a few miles from us in Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and they're made especially for us.
I'm from Mexico.
I'm from Albania.
I came from Romania. One of my dream was to come to United States to see the Statue of Liberty. The same thing, my wife.
Everybody in Romania had an obsession with the Statue of Liberty. Nobody said, I want to go to Chicago, I want to go to Hollywood. Nobody just, I want to go to Statue of Liberty.
We start from nothing. And my lady said,
What about to make a replica and from the selling to donate a portion to the Statue of Liberty?
and that's the way it started.
Yes, among other ideas. I have this idea too. It was not the only idea, but this was a good idea.
The people working for us, most of them, the immigrants.
We are happy to provide jobs for those people who came in this country. They have money to support their family, their kids to send to school, and the people are satisfied.
Many go to hardship to be able to be free. My father told me what is the Statue of Liberty, how it was made, who made it, what it represents. That make my mind to work. And I said, I want to go to see it. I tried to leave the country without the permission, and they catch me in the border, put me in jail, spent 5 years in jail, because you want to be free. The communist regime, they don't allow people to go out of the country if they don't have a permission. Working 12 hours a day, I spent 5 years in jail, and my dream was still there. And here I am. The only company in USA who make the Statue of Liberty. I want to be free. That represents for me freedom.
People project their dream on Lady Liberty. Everyone imagines their own fantasy and project their own fantasy. And so do artists. Whether she's on the stamp or she is in the painting, she belongs to everyone. How much you sell this?
This is 500.
I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, wow, okay, that's nice.
It's
I just painted it just now.
You did? Okay.
My name is Denis Auch. I'm an artist from Russia. When I was a teenager, I did art in walls in the street. I did street art in Russia, but it was more like a hobby thing, something that I want to do for fun. Here, I can do it professionally.
For you, what does she, you're Russian, what does she represent?
Statue of Liberty?
Yes.
Well, first it was a big symbol of freedom. And then I realized that, freedom is not that free. Police came and arrested me once. I was sitting on the street.
Officers will be cracking down on folks who are selling on street corners.
Artists are pushing back, claiming it's free speech.
And I went to court, and I defended myself. I got it dismissed. But then the same police arrested me again. So after that, I thought I have to make a Statue of Liberty in barbed wires.
This one is like a crime scene. Police now doing the crime things. They are supposed to protect people from doing crimes, but it's the opposite. Naked one she's like a prostitute. So if you have money, she'll be yours. If you have money, you got the freedom. If you don't have the money, you ain't got it.
I actually wanted you to do something. I made these in-charge bags. And I was wondering whether I can ask you to do a Statue of Liberty on them.
Yeah, I can.
Would you do that?
I can.
I want one that is happy and in charge.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so you want naked one?
I want it in charge.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take a selfie together.
Okay.
No matter from where you are, Statue of Liberty is almost like a brand. This is like a pop of Coke for our innate desire to be free.
Bye-bye. До свидания. До свидания. So we're going to the public library to look at the diary of Bartoli. Very excited because, I never really thought about her very much. I mean, growing up in Belgium and my father going to America the first time. I saw the pictures and, you know, she was America. And then she became a part of my life. And in a strange way, it's almost like the end of a circle, because my mother was a prisoner of war. She went to Auschwitz and she worked in a labor camp. She was a prisoner in the worst way, and she survived. She returned to Belgium, she got married, she wasn't supposed to have a child, but yet I was born. And she always used to say, God saved me so that I can give you life. And by giving you life, you gave me my life back. You are my torch of freedom, mon flambeau de liberté. And now here I am, you know, at the winter of my life, and I've become the godmother of the Statue of Liberty. And so my mother gave me this torch of freedom, and I'm helping Lady Liberty to carry her torch of freedom. Oh my God, it's so tiny. This is, wait. It's so tiny. People had such a small life then.
Well, it's a travel diary, so it had to fit.
I know, but still. Amérique, 1871. America, 1871. It's pretty amazing to see this tiny little handwriting in this tiny little diary. Oh, the drawings. Oh, the drawings are wonderful. Je pars pour Paris, maman très courageuse. I'm leaving for Paris, mommy very courageous. It's hard for me to leave her. Friday the 13th, beautiful weather, beautiful but fog. Okay, 4 in the morning. They enter in the bay.
At the view of the harbor of New York, the definite plan was first clear to my eyes. I stay on the upper deck in order to study the bar. The little island seems to be the best site. June 30th, bought some paper, made a sketch of Bedloe Island. The site is superb. The place is decidedly what I think is needed. But how much pain and exasperation must be endured?
We are going to the President Grant, a very nice welcome. It's a good thing I speak French, to show the project. He finds it nice.
Thinks that securing the site will not be a difficult problem. He offers me a cigar. I stay for a while, talking to him.
He's quite nice, although he is cold, like all Americans. So funny.
The second part of my mission remained to be accomplished, to learn if the dream could become a reality. October 7th. Farewell view of the bay and Bedloe's Island. I have the same conviction about it as I had when I first arrived.
Bartholdi, il y avait une volonté extraordinaire parce que la Statue de la Liberté, c'est 15 ans de combat, avec des humiliations, des affronts. Est-ce que vous pouvez aujourd'hui imaginer New York sans la Statue de la Liberté? Non. Qui a pu faire ça? Bartholdi.
Donc quand il y a des cérémonies dans cette salle, en général le maire il est ici, positionné à ce niveau-là, à quelques centimètres près. Il est accompagné donc des adjoints. Et puis après, donc, il fait son discours. Donc ce sera servi le traditionnel gouglof, qui est typiquement alsacien.
Et il y a la musique?
Du tout. C'est très, très protocolaire.
Pourquoi venir au musée Bartholdi? Il faut venir au musée Bartholdi pour qui était Bartholdi. Bartholdi, c'est un monsieur qui était complet, qui aimait la photographie, qui aimait le dessin. C'est un dessinateur, peintre.
Alors je me suis évidemment réjouie énormément de sa venue. Je tenais à lui rendre hommage et c'est pourquoi j'ai acheté la wrap dress.
Oh, et vous avez mis une robe, comme c'est gentil. Voilà.
Bienvenue.
Merci, merci beaucoup. Attendez, je vais vous la... C'est gentil. Vous l'avez acheté où?
Sur Internet.
Ah,
On n'a
d'accord.
pas de boutique dans le
Voilà. Ok, génial. Alors, vous êtes la directrice du musée?
Voilà, j'ai cette chance d'être...
Donc, ici, c'était sa maison?
C'était sa maison natale, tout à fait. Alors, donc, les réserves, les coulisses. Voilà, là, on le voit, donc... le tout jeune Bartholdi. Voilà, donc Bartholdi, passionné par la technique, va devenir photographe, va s'essayer à la photographie.
When I was 20 years old, I traveled in Egypt, and this country had a very considerable effect upon my taste for sculpture.
Il avait sans doute une fascination du colossal par son voyage en Égypte. Et là, donc, c'est une photo intéressante. Bon, Bartholdi habillé à la mode orientale.
Oh, this is Bartholdi as an Arab.
These colossal witnesses, these granite beings in their imperturbable majesty seem still to be listening to antiquity. Their gaze seems to ignore the present and be fixed upon an infinite future.
Il se dit que là, il peut peut-être réaliser une œuvre gigantesque, parce qu'il voulait une œuvre énorme et il admirait la monumentalité égyptienne. Il se dit, c'est là où je vais réaliser une œuvre géniale.
The Statue of Liberty was originally a Muslim woman.
What religion is most common in Egypt? Yeah, Islam, Muslim. But imagine the symbolism today of having a Muslim woman or a Muslim statue that can represent the US and welcome people. How? Good question.
Et donc, entre 67 et 69, Bartholdi va travailler sur le projet du canal de Suez. C'est un projet de phare et la forme rappelle effectivement le statut de la liberté. Et c'est en fait le projet de sa vie.
Bartholdi était fasciné par l'Antiquité parce qu'il pensait que la source de la civilisation, c'était pas l'Europe, c'était l'Égypte ancienne, c'était le Moyen-Orient. Il voulait connecter l'Occident et l'Orient parce qu'il rêve d'un monde uni.
Le phare de Suez, il s'agit effectivement d'une femme orientale, d'une paysanne. Malheureusement, pour Bartholdi, ce projet va être refusé par le vice-roi d'Égypte. Mais heureusement pour la Statue de la Liberté, Bartholdi va reprendre la forme pour l'adapter à cette idée de liberté qui accueille le peuple quand il arrive aux États-Unis d'Amérique. Et là, nous avons la salle la plus importante du musée, the most important room, with the very first.
Et ça, on est sûr que c'est la première.
On est sûr que c'est la première. Là, on est sûr que c'est la liberté puisqu'elle elle piétine les chaînes brisées, au contraire des autres statuettes. Évidemment, il faut de l'argent. On va faire produire des statuettes en terre cuite, à peu près 200 exemplaires, qui vont être vendus pour financer le projet. Voilà, c'est Bartholdi. C'était quelqu'un qui avait beaucoup de charme, qui avait beaucoup de pouvoir de persuasion, beaucoup d'énergie, qui était entêté et qui vraiment s'engageait à fond dans ses projets. Je suis presque amoureuse de Bartholdi.
Vous êtes monsieur le maire?
Semblerait-il.
Hein?
Très heureux que quand vous vous saluez, vous êtes relax. Hein?
Bonjour, madame. Bonjour, Diane. Lady Liberty, elle est pour tout le monde quelque chose d'entièrement différent. Elle est comme le soleil et elle réchauffe tout le monde en même temps. Moi, j'aimerais bien un verre d'eau, gazeuse. Ah, j'avais tellement soif.
Vous êtes sobre.
Sobre.
Sobre, oui.
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 The Statue of Liberty has always been a story of the people. And it's always been, strangely enough, a fundraising story. I mean, here we are, Bartholdi, who wants to build the biggest statue in the world. But he has to raise the money.
Bonjour, madame.
This is an incredible museum.
Yeah.
It's immense.
We celebrate machines. We have 80,000 objects. The statue, it's an engineering feat, but Bartholdi was in lack of money. So he needed to popularize the very idea of the statue. And we have two pieces which Bartholdi used to seduce potential donors. His producing workshop was open to the public. The public could give some little money, and he had two 3D maquettes built in order to explain to visitors how the statue was produced.
I see. So it was a fundraising effort.
Yeah, what is amazing about Bartholdi, he was a genius at fundraising.
Well, he was a genius at selling himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Selling and
Yeah.
selling. It's incredible.
And
So everything is in scale.
In scale, yeah. Also, he had like a diorama. You see there, as if you were in the harbor of New York, you are aboard a ship, and you get the view you will get approaching the statue.
This is incredible.
La Statue de la Liberté, c'est une œuvre qui a été créée par souscription publique. L'art démocratique, ça n'intéressait pas à une élite. C'était trop populaire. Il a organisé une communication extraordinaire. Il a organisé des manifestations dans les jardins publics.
He would be a PR person, you know, hosting VIPs.
They sold small model statues that were done in the workshop where the statue was being built.
C'est la première fois, et ça on peut le certifier, qu'une œuvre bénéficie d'une telle campagne publicitaire.
So bold and so daring.
And ambitious, ambitious.
By 1880, the Franco-American Union had raised 400,000 francs, which was a huge amount of money at the time.
The truth is that they raise the money from the people. And then they start to build it. But he doesn't even know how the statue will hold. It's going to be so big. How is it going to hold against the wind? And that's when they met Gustave Eiffel.
Bartholdi goes to Eiffel, who was at the time famous for creating these amazing bridges in various parts of the world, and he said, "Would you be willing to create this skeleton to the statue?" And Eiffel said he'd take it on, but he was not very interested in having his beautiful armature disguised by this, what he considered old-fashioned cladding.
I mean, it must be a very nice thing to be descendant of Gustave Eiffel.
Yes, for him, the big thing was the family. It was very important for him. And it's why I come with this book written by Eiffel 3 months before he died.
Oh, for this family.
And you can read. Ta vie vue par lui.
J'adore ce livre, je veux prendre un peu.
You know, you can see the very short paragraph on the Statue of Liberty.
The studies that I had done on the resistance of the wind made me be chosen to do the armature of the Statue of Liberty of Bartholdi. In spite of the economical restrictions, it managed to resist many, many tempests and hurricanes.
So he defied the wind.
Exactly.
So the idea of doing the armature, the skeleton of the Statue of Liberty was probably not his biggest pride.
Yes, but yes.
I mean, it only got a little paragraph in his book.
I think the Statue of Liberty inspired Gustave Eiffel for the Eiffel Tower.
It's fascinating. Wow.
This trusswork serves as a support for the copper form of the statue. The copper plates, kept in shape by iron bands, are supported by iron braces, which are clamped onto the central core.
Every piece, imagine, every piece of the armature weighed 20 pounds. There are about 3,000 of them. Each piece of armature was handmade in order to fit that beautiful long dress. You see the fabric, and they follow the movement of the draping of the dress.
The statue is constructed of copper sheets 2.5 millimeters in thickness. The whole work was done by the celebrated house of Gaget, Gauthier et Compagnie of Paris.
When it was built around 1884, Parisians could see the statue coming out of the roof of Paris.
You would see the evolution of just the buildings and then the statue being, you know, on top of the building and being very big, and it was like a real person being kind of born. It was kind of an entertainment, like it's a sunny day and you're with your family and you say, well, on va voir la liberté. We're going to see liberty.
The work on the statue was constantly visited by the public, who showed a lively interest in it. It is estimated that about 300,000 persons visited the workshop.
I write the stories for a very famous European character called Lucky Luke. A new one. I'm writing the story of the Statue of Liberty. These are the pages which are done already. So the title is A Cowboy in Paris, and we have this, our hero, and you can see the statue being built in the Atelier Gaget in America. They always destroy it, you know. In catastrophe movie, they like to destroy things. They don't really like to emphasize the building of things. So this is quite sad because you could make a telenovela out of the building of the Statue of Liberty. It's very heroical, there are so many drama in it, and actually there is some sex and passion as well. There's a big discussion about who is represented by the face of the statue, and there are so many versions. Some people say she's Arabic.
Some people say she was Bartoli's mother. Some people said, oh, it was Bartoli's brother.
But many people say, no, it was the mother of Céline. Atelier Gagé-Gauthier was not in the center of Paris. The actual street where the atelier was located was a street with many prostitutes. It was a kind of posh red light district. So Céline, she was just posing, for the sculptors and painters by the time, and she was a prostitute as well. So in between the mother or the prostitute, you never know who Liberty would be.
The people continued to pour out and visit it until January 1st, 1885. At that time, the work of taking it down was begun. At the present hour, the whole work is packed up in cases, which in a few days are to be put on board the state vessel Isère.
When it went to America in different pieces, then it just disappeared from Paris. People were really sad because in the Atlantic, Liberty got lost in the storm for 10 days. We had no news. And it was like Liberty was gone.
I wanted to do something familiar, a little bit unfamiliar, something everybody had an image of.
My father decided to escape Vietnam in '79. The refugees known as the boat people. In our case, it was a Danish tanker that decided to take us up, and we ended up in Denmark.
It was exhibited in Chicago, China, Mexico, Denmark, London. When I stump into the information that you work with copper that's 2 millimeter thick, like the size of 2 penny, and I thought, this colossal big icon turns out to be so fragile.
The Statue of Liberty is an object that's actually hollow. But on the outside, it's supposed to look very heavy and strong. That in itself is an illusion. It is magic. It is science and art making spectacle. I had this idea of making the Statue of Liberty disappear.
This is the Statue of Liberty. Tonight, the illusion of the century.
I think people thought I was crazy.
The audience on Liberty Island and myself are seated here. The curtain will be raised between the statue and the audience.
Getting to do it was almost impossible. I got a no, basically no, from the Park Service. So I was friendly with the Reagan family, and I said, I really want to share how important freedom is. I can do this as a kind of a goofy thing. I'm going to do this as a very serious thing to point out what we take for granted. And he said, yes, I'll help you with this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. David Copperfield.
My mother was the first one to tell me about the Statue of Liberty.
She saw it first from the deck of a ship that brought her to America. She was an immigrant. She impressed upon me how precious our liberty is and how easily it can be lost. And then one day, it occurred to me that I could show with magic how we take our freedom for granted. Sometimes we don't realize how important something is until it's gone.
As a magician, I make people dream. Statue, same thing. It makes people dream. It makes people understand that they should keep moving forward because who knows what the future might bring.
All the tradesmen and us, we feel like we're the keeper of the lady. We're the ones out here that are improving her and making sure she's here for many generations to come, and it's an honor to have that job. Out here we have a lot of migrating birds, so it's notice on the window. It looks like small lines going down. That's for bird protection. It's very specialized glass, was made in Portugal. The torch will sit over here. And that's where we're leaving these windows out to bring the original torch into the space. My mother's family came from Germany and immigrated into the country in the late 1800s. But we all have an immigration story. Everybody here has an immigration story.
Jimmy.
How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
All right, a little cool out there now.
This is the first piece of America that my grandparents saw.
There's like 5 generations of Masons in my family, going back to Italy and coming to here.
My father's mom came here when she was just a baby, so this was the first thing they saw when they came in.
We built the pier out here in order to get the barges in.
It's one thing to build a museum, but to build a museum there is so complicated that in a weird way was like rebuilding the statue all over again. And you understand the difficulty of doing that on that tiny, tiny, tiny little island.
We had 19 concrete trucks on one barge.
And a pump.
We poured almost 400 yards that day.
Right.
Which is 40 concrete trucks. You know, building the building, we can do that in our sleep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of history on that girl. And I remember standing in her torch. She's standing tall. She's been out there in 150-mile-an-hour winds. She don't care. I mean, she's a tough lady.
Yeah,
we love her.
Strong feeling about it.
When the statue arrived in America, there wasn't enough money raised on the American side. So
So it was sitting there, just waiting for a place to stand.
Bartholdi s'aperçoit que les Américains n'arrivent pas à trouver l'argent pour financer le piédestal. C'était dur pour lui. Beaucoup de Français disent, mais pourquoi vous allez donner une statue aux Américains alors qu'ils n'en veulent pas?
So much dream has gone into that statue. And it's been like that, you know, people had the dream and they go for the dream and then the reality follows, right?
Yeah.
The city of New York was going to lose the statue.
And then Pulitzer raised the money for the pedestal.
On the American side, it's an immigrant to the United States. He was from Central Europe, but he did it because the statue had this symbol for him.
He wrote this article and he said, people of America.
We must raise the money.
The world is the people's paper. And now it appeals to the people to come and raise the money. It is not a gift from the millionaires of France to the millionaires of America, but a gift of the whole people of France to the whole people of America.
People would send small amounts of money, and it was crowdfunding of the time.
My name is Slava Rubin, and we're at Indiegogo. We're the first crowdfunding company. I'm a big fan of the Statue of Liberty. I was actually born in Belarus, so I myself am an immigrant. When we came out with Indiegogo, it was a fairly foreign concept to most, giving money for a bigger idea to happen. So I would lean on the Statue of Liberty story to say, hey, okay, let me explain it like this. 130 years ago, Joseph Pulitzer had used his technology, which was the newspaper, and used his network. And if it wasn't for the crowd actually doing their part with Joseph Pulitzer through the newspaper, there's a good chance the Statue of Liberty wouldn't be in America or in New York, actually.
En 1886, quand est inaugurée la Statue de Liberté, Bartholdi écrit dans une lettre à sa mère « J'ai réalisé l'œuvre de ma vie ».
On the day that the statue was inaugurated, Bartholdi goes out one last time on the boat at night to see his statue. And as he's getting back, he said, "She's going away from me, she's going away from me." At this moment, it is becoming everyone else's.
Today, her torch throws out its beacon of welcome and hope to all who seek shelter in America. Homecoming doughboys waved at the Statue of Liberty. She waved back.
Dedication to the liberty and the peace which this statue symbolizes.
Home sweet home for 1,000 Americans once again in the land of liberty.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Anti-war demonstrators protest the Vietnam War.
One small step for man, giant leap for mankind.
John Lennon got his Green Card.
Right on, brother.
I have welcomed people from all nations, and I gave them a dream that shaped the courage and destiny of 3 generations of Americans. But now, I need your help. Time and the elements are destroying me. America, if you still believe in me, save me, or soon I will become a symbol of shame and decay.
Send your contribution to keep the torch lit.
The Statue of Liberty is undergoing a complete restoration to be ready by July 4th, her 100th birthday celebration.
That statue took a beating. All those years, see a little rust here and there? You can see the damage on it. It was leaking, the glass was shot, it was just a mess. If you were in the middle of salt water for 100 years, you need some work too. You know what I'm saying? And they wanted to take the old torch off and put a new torch on. That's what we did. Well, they needed somebody who wasn't afraid of heights, and I've been in the construction business all my life. That was a lot of climbing, a long climb, especially in the morning, you know, 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock when you have for sleep, you didn't get your cup of coffee, and you're looking up saying, oh, God. You really couldn't wear a harness. I was just sitting on the edge looking down at the people there. I said, look how small those people look down there. It's like little ants.
There are 2 teams working on the restoration: the American craftsmen and the French artisans. The French responsibility is rebuilding the torch and flame.
We are amazed of what they have done 1 century ago.
I was 31 years old back then. We came to New York foolishly, like a platoon of Marines. 10 passionate metal workers, 6 days a week, working like monks. The original Bartholdi flame was solid. It was hollow but solid. In 1918, it has been changed by cutting into it to create a lantern. But all of that leaked extraordinarily. These are the drawings of what was left of the original flame shapes. So we had to do an exact replica using the same techniques, the same volume, the same shapes, same details. The other side of the shop was occupied by the American workers. They were cordial, but at the same time, a little bit sour, you know, not to have been awarded the job.
My fellow Americans, the iron workers from New York and New Jersey were at first puzzled and a bit put off to see foreign workers arrive. Jean Ouillard, the leader of the French workers, said his countrymen understood. After all, he asked, how would Frenchmen feel if Americans showed up to help restore the Eiffel Tower?
Our local was the first local to get jurisdiction of one of the biggest projects in history, right? And Carmine Sedita is the one who ran the local. Big old Sicilian man. Tall guy, goatee. He just looked down at you, he's scared. You know, you listen to him. Everybody says, if it wasn't for those mafia guys, she wouldn't be renovated. Before I went up there, he told me keep a low profile. You know, keep everything quiet, keep a nice low profile. Well, I tried. It didn't work out too well. I didn't know that picture was going to happen.
Many of us have seen the picture of another worker here, Tony Cerasi. The grandson of immigrant Italians said it was something he was proud to do, something to tell my grandchildren.
I got a pull-out page in National Geographic. Look out. You had a couple of photographers up there. So I leaned over, gave the Statue of Liberty a kiss. He snapped a picture. Next thing I know, it was in National Geographic today. The presidents thanked me on national TV. I was like, oh my God, how'd this happen? Oh, am I in trouble?
As they came to know each other, the Americans were reminded that Miss Liberty, like the many millions she's welcomed to these shores, is a foreign birth.
My ancestors, when they first came in, they seen Statue of Liberty. I know there's no way in a million years they could ever have an idea that their great-grandson would be working on it, you know? I'm sure they're up there looking down at me now saying, good job, you did good.
That's my gal. The truth is, she's everybody's gal.
I have a motion on the floor to sing happy birthday to Lady Liberty. 131.
She just had a facelift.
Not a day over 30.
As soon as I walked into the room of Liberty collectors, it was like my people.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm a Liberty collector. I feel like you're at a different kind of meeting with those words.
Welcome, James.
Yeah, I'm kind of addicted. This piece is over 131 years old itself. This is the 12-inch American Committee model to raise funds in order to erect her. Very, very detailed piece, and you can see her toes.
This is a 1968 Daredevil that features a photograph of the Statue of Liberty. She is a superheroine in her own right.
I have a guest room that is all Statue of Liberty, floor-to-ceiling art, bobbleheads, and the kitschier the better.
I really like the negative ones as well because you can't censor what's going on, so any use of her image, to me, brings awareness to anything that's going on in the world.
Well, good afternoon. Happy birthday. I'm glad to be part of the party today. This statue that I built for the New York Hotel is a little over 100 feet tall, so it's 2/3 the size of the statue in New York City. And to me, it's more than just a facade in front of a hotel. To me, it really took on a personality throughout the process. My mother-in-law passed away during the completion of the statue, and so a plaque dedicates the entire statue to her, and that's what I said on there, that this one's for you, Mom.
Thank you.
I'm Amanda Liberty. I'm sorry it makes me choke up, but I'm just so happy to be here.
You actually changed your name, right?
I did. I changed my name to Liberty. I have my name, you know, so that she's always with me. She's always a part of me. She's part of who I am.
You know, we don't remember what it used to be. Liberty is fine. Liberty is your name.
It was Whittaker before. Yeah. Some people will go like, oh, you're in the wrong country or whatever. And I'm just saying, liberty is everywhere. She's all around the world. she's an immigrant to the United States anyway.
About 4.5 million a year come out to visit the Statue of Liberty, and it's almost like they're on a pilgrimage. This ferry is the Miss Liberty. She probably has carried more passengers than any other ferry in the world. My dad was her first captain. He had me steering the boats when I was tall enough to stand on a chair and see out the window.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Miss Liberty.
I made the recordings, about 20 years ago, and it's still my voice today. My grandfather was superintendent of the park. I remember spending a lot of time at my grandparents' house on Liberty Island. I used to ride my bike around at night, climb the statue at night. I even once changed the light bulb in the original torch. The largest light bulb I had ever seen.
All disembarking passengers to move to the exit gangway at the forward end of the main.
Most don't know people actually used to live here on Liberty Island. A large house for the superintendent, 3 smaller units and 2 duplexes. Some were park rangers, families. It was quite a community on the back of Liberty Island.
I rolled out of the house and I was at work.
But after the public left and it was all quiet, the girls would bring their little baby strollers and their dolls. We'd bring balls. It was like a big backyard.
The island was the kids' playground, and they would bike around the flagpole and just have themselves a grand old time.
Where the museum is going now, half of it was a maintenance building and half of it was our house. And then your house was over there. Us going to school.
That's first day of school.
Oh, first day of school.
Teddy bear picnic.
Teddy bear birthday party.
Both of our birthdays 9/11, yeah. So we could share birthdays. Look, I'm pushing you. I'm pushing you away.
And I used to tell people to get off my island.
Yeah, she would do that. I said, Marcia, you can't say that.
I don't even think we had a key to the front door at the statue.
We'd go walk in there and, just hang out.
And there's Tally, the bomb-sniffing dog.
We used to hide gunpowder for her to find.
That's right.
She was a golden retriever, an explosives detection dog.
The statue got struck by lightning a lot. Yes, it does tend to, and it's pretty loud. That was kind of funny, she's a bomb dog, but any loud noises like thunder terrified her.
The last time I was here was September 11, 2001. We were here to make sure nobody hurt the Statue of Liberty. And I don't think anybody that was on those boat crews was ready for what we saw. Because I know I wasn't. It just wasn't anything you could possibly prepare for. All the flags were at half staff, except Liberty Island. And Frank put the garrison flag up that day and left it up. Got a call from the director of the Park Service and said, you need to lower that flag to half staff. And Frank said, if you want to lower that flag to half staff, you get your ass up here and do it yourself. I ain't fucking doing it.
I went back and went through all our pictures. The Twin Towers is in every picture. So that kind of brings back a time, it was a carefree time. So it definitely, it has an effect, it definitely has an effect.
Wow. Nice. My wife and I used to live here post 9/11, so it was quite a different experience than the folks that lived here years ago in a community. For us, it was all about security, it was all about safety, and it's because of post 9/11. When I first got here, 86% of people coming to the Statue of Liberty just got to walk around outside. My idea was, let's have a museum on the back side of the island, and Hurricane Sandy sort of like sealed the deal.
Sandy is coming. The question is, how will New York City handle it?
Seeing Hurricane Sandy coming up, we kind of knew pretty well that we were going to get flooded pretty bad.
90-mile-per-hour winds, driving rain, record-breaking high tides.
We were very worried. I mean, she's only 2 pennies thick, but she's built to move in the wind. Coming back to the island was a surreal experience. As we were coming across and could see all the devastation, we still saw the Statue of Liberty standing there, proud and defiant as ever. As we came around the backside of the island, we could see all the houses. That little house on the corner, that's mine.
How high was the water?
It's probably about here. It was catastrophic. We lost just about everything. This was my backyard. This was my backyard. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is what I envisioned. I can't believe this room. I really cannot believe this room. A little emotional. People from all over the world are coming here and they want to see her. She means liberty to everybody. To everybody.
看到过自由女神像吗？这个印象中好像就是美国的那个什么很神圣的一个那个自由女神吧。我感觉美国对自由女神好像中国对那个孔夫子一样的，每个人那个理解不一样嘛，是吧？
是不是佛教里面的？佛教里面的吧，是不是啊？好像应该是佛教里面的。啊，人有一种幸福的感觉嘛，有一种崇高，反正我们就知道，也不知道很多。不过我们也很独立吧，养活自己，也可以给家庭分担一些重任，也可以为家庭分担一些担忧。
其实，在之前的话，我可能更多的是把它看成一个产品。对于我们做生意来讲，从 世界的角度来讲，我会发生了一些改变，因为自由女神像代表的是说人们对自由的一个追求，是他们打破了所有的枷锁，打破了这种以前的一种封建，最后我觉得说，应该把它看成是一种追求，对自由的追求。
The Statue of Liberty says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. Doesn't say anything about speaking English.
I don't want to get off into a whole thing about history here, but the poem that you're referring to that was added later is not actually part of the original Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty has always been
let me ask you a question.
Of hope to the world.
Jim, I'm saying that the notion. Let's talk about this.
The Emma Lazarus poem was actually written to help create the Statue of Liberty because they needed money to create the pedestal. And so she was asked to contribute a poem to a booklet that would be sold to raise money. And she wrote this poem that was so beautiful. In fact, it ran in the newspapers and was very, very popular.
Not like the brazen giants of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed sunset gate, shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, and her name, Mother of Exiles.
The chaos, confusion, and anger growing in the wake of the White House immigration ban.
In Boston, thousands packing the streets. Officers in riot gear in Portland. In Seattle, police pepper spraying an angry crowd.
Now the world is seeing the worst refugee crisis since World War II.
Travelers not allowed to board flights bound for the U.S.
From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome.
Syrian refugees are on the march.
You know, I can post to Facebook, but what's something else that I can do?
This is now a massive exodus of around 7,000 people.
Migrants from Central America heading toward the U.S. with hopes of seeking asylum.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free.
The first time that I went to the Statue of Liberty to sort of scout it out, to check out what security looked like and how big the railing is and stuff like that, I got emotional because my grandparents met in a refugee camp during World War II, and my mother was an immigrant and came through New York on boats, and the idea that this was the same experience they had going past this island was, touching. I definitely lost sleep over what would happen, all the ways that it could go wrong. There's only one way for it to go right, but a million things that can go wrong. The morning of, it was a lot like this.
Cooler sun today, chance for a shower after midnight. Sun sets at 5:38, but more clouds filling in.
There's only one way in and one way out, which is a ferry.
Security is also a concern for all. Be sure to take all of your belongings with you when you disembark.
So hold on a second, I'm thinking about how much I want to get into here. You go through metal detectors twice, once on the Manhattan side in order to get on the ferry that takes you to the island, and once in order to go, before you go up, you have to leave your bag down at the base of the Statue of Liberty. I don't want to, I can't agree or disagree with exactly how we got it in. Basically, the only things that you can get in are things that are on your body. I'll say it that way. We held the banner up and then dropped it over the side, the ledge, and tied it around back. One of the fears we had was that, you know, the tree would fall and it wouldn't make a sound.
Is this act covered under free speech?
There are other places for these opinions to be expressed.
The National Park Service is now trying to figure out who's responsible.
Lady Liberty is like a green seal of approval for freedom. So obviously, as the symbol for freedom, she's being used all the time for protesting. Even the day she is revealed, the same day, there's the first protest.
A group of women rented a boat and circled the island, yelling out protest speeches. Here we have this massive statue of a woman holding up a torch representing liberty, and yet women in the United States didn't even have the liberty to vote.
Women were not allowed. I mean, how crazy is that?
Rescue 14 to the Statue of Liberty. An unauthorized person climbing the Statue of Liberty at this time.
Breaking news just into Liberty Island in New York City is being evacuated.
Ferry boats rushing tourists to safety on this busy 4th of July holiday. A tense standoff after a woman climbed the iconic landmark. Protest of immigration policy.
America is a place immigrants were welcome to come to. How do we justify putting them in cages? It is the same way that was used to justify slavery.
Officers climbing to get close to her, but the woman staying out of reach.
I found refuge under the statue's sandals. She has a sandal, and she's got a chain on her that she broke free.
The protester seems to be resting there at the base of the very foot of the statue.
Being underneath her robe and praying that she was listening to my cries soothed me enough that I knew everything would be just fine.
Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, to breathe free, to breathe free, to breathe free, to breathe free. I lift my lamp beside the golden door.
When you don't think about it, you just think it's a big statue, welcoming statue in New York and a tourist destination. She's so present now in my life. She has become part of my family, or I have become part of her family. And this is the torch. What is the torch? Is a symbol of?
Freedom?
Yes, freedom. The torch is really the essence of what the statue is about. Freedom, hope, new horizon, everything is possible, we are all equal. Anyone who is involved in Lady Liberty passes it on to the next generation, and it becomes a chain of love. To liberty!
Beautiful thing.
It's her who took over. She is more powerful, and she is more determined than any of the people who made it happen.
I dreamed of this. I said to myself, what a great thing it would be for this statue to be placed in the midst of such a scene of life and liberty. My dream has been realized. I can only say that I am enchanted. Goodbye, my daughter, Liberty. I am glad you are home.
All right, let's go.